Hey, hello, and welcome, guys. This is Sadiq here, and today we are going to see how we can create a miniature uh, effect, as you can see in this image. So, let's get going. If you see, that's me sitting on a hot coffee mug, and that would only be possible in a creative world, otherwise, no chance. So, let's get going. What I have done is I have already imported these two shots in Photoshop, and here they are. This is the mug, and that is me acting as if I'm peeping into a hot coffee mug. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag myself from this image, and with this move tool here I'm going to just select and just drag and drop myself out here. Here we are. Now the idea now is to remove all this side which is out here, and there are many ways in which you can actually do that. uh, you have a lasso tool, selection tool, you have a magic wand tool. I most of the time I try and use a quick selection tool because it really helps me select things faster. Now here I go. I'll press the command key on sorry, I'm going to press the shift key because it will help me add. Here I'm selecting the, yeah, see, if you can see how I'm selecting all the elements quickly, it is moving much faster than the regular lasso tool, which you already I normally need to you know play around, but you have to be careful. It might end up selecting elements which you don't want. And here this is the carom place. Normally you should actually shoot yourself or the element in a very secluded background so that you don't need to counter all this mixed kind of a stuff which is now happening with me. But since I had no option the other day, I had to kind of select this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is whatever I selected so far, I'm going to just use a little slight feather. Let me just zoom in and see if I have not missed. Yeah, if you see, I am my nose is slightly being cut out here. I'll just for now, yeah. So fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a feather, maybe one of it. I'll zoom out, and maybe I will just press Command X or Control X and remove that portion off. But still a lot of cleaning job to be done. I quickly come here and again take the quick selection tool, select this portion, give it a feather of 1 pixel, get rid of this, select this portion, get a feather of 1 again, and that's how I have got rid of this. What I still have a little bit stuff to go. What I'll do is I'm creating a layer mask here, and I will use a brush tool and a black, whatever is black mean it is going to remove that. Why have we taken a layer mask is because, oh, see, this is the mistake that normally happens, so that you can, if anything goes wrong, you can simply just delete the layer mask and not the master object, which is me now in the scene. So I'm just, what happened? No worries. Now I'm still seeing that there is a, okay. Hold on. I think because of that undo process, this whole thing went off. No worries. We quickly do cleaning here. But then if you see, there's still little bit of cleaning to be done here. I quickly just make the brush size smaller. I will get rid of this stuff here, and I'm quickly going through this tutorial because just to show you the tips and tricks, I need to remove this portion between my legs, which is a table over here, because it will look very unnatural if I leave it that way. Yeah, yeah, good. Little bit of stuff here. and that really reminded me I need to lose some weight, and yes, I am going to gym these days to do so. Yeah, here we go. I think this is also the portion which needs to be cleaned up, and here we go. I think I got most of it right. Just a little bit of this wall which is obstructing. I'm cleaning this up. Normally I do it, I take my sweet time to get it done, but since it's a tutorial just for you to understand it, what is need to be kept and what needs to be cleaned, more or less everything is in place. Let me see. This thing is remaining a bit here. Fine. Now what I need to do is I will further scale this down, and now sorry, I'm scaling this image down because this is not really proportionate. Maybe this much, and probably try and move this here. No, I need to probably move myself, scale down myself a little more. Yeah, and yeah, and here I am. What I've done is, what I'm going to do is, I don't want to show my hand here because it isn't looking very appropriate. I've hidden it. Here we go. I think more or less the proportion is there. Now the thing is, uh, it is looking as if I'm peeping into the mug, but however, it is looking unnatural because there is no what you would say is let's change recording it on. Yeah, so the thing is, the issue here is that it is looking very artificial because it is looking as if just stuck an image over this cup, and not really natural. If just imagine if you had kept any object over here, or maybe a toy or something, definitely would have cast some shadow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take a fresh layer underneath. This is the layer where I am there. See, and this is a fresh layer I've taken. I'm going to take a brush tool, probably get it to around 200 300 or whatever, and I'm going to get the opacity of the black down here because I don't want it to look jet black, otherwise it's definitely not going to look natural. And now what am I going to do here is I'm going to paint. See, if you can see, it is casting some kind of a shadow, and I would like to cast some shadow here. Not really. Mm, mm, just just a bit, because his leg is a little bit nearby, so it's definitely casting a decent amount of shadow. Maybe if I can just take a, oh yeah, now this looks better. Now what I'll do is I'm also need to be a little careful. Yeah, here we go, because it should not exceed the handle. Let me see how does it look. I feel this part was not really required, probably less little slight. Yeah, I think that's better. Now here we go. This looks pretty natural, isn't it? It's looking as if I'm really casting some shadow and I'm sitting over the cup. Now what I'm going to do is, if you notice, this area has the reflection of the cup almost till here, and this is looking, and I am nowhere here, and that is not looking very natural. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select my layer here. I'm going to press Command J, which duplicates the layer, and then I'm going to say Command T. I'm going to say flip horizontal, sorry, flip vertical. Yeah, and then I'm going to drag myself a bit down. Okay, apply, and probably get it till say here. Yeah, because this is where ideally it should start. Now what I've done is I've casted this reflection, and I will probably go to the layer mode and make it soft light, and probably reduce the opacity a bit. as yeah. I'll further use this. Now I'm going to do one thing. I don't need it on the edge because it's looking very unnatural. Edge never casts any reflection. I will get it to full opacity because otherwise it will not give me the full. Yeah, see what I've done is, see, I've matched it. Now what I need to do here is, I need to make it a little blur. I go to blur and I probably select Gaussian blur and then select, sorry, I need to first select my layer where I am. Okay, now I come to the blur, Gaussian blur. This is way too blurred. As much as natural as the cup is, I think around 9.5. Yeah, fine. Cool. Now if you look at the composition, it has a lot of negative space here. What I'm going to do is I need to probably um, crop this portion and make it more visually appealing. I use a third party plugin, but this is not for you. As of now, I'm just merging this up. And what I've done is now I'm going to select the crop tool and I'm going to make it probably uh, fine. I think yeah, this looks pretty good to me. Cool. Now what am I going to do is I am going to add a little drama over here. I am going to use a brush tool. I have downloaded some smoke brushes online which are available for free. I'll come to a smoke brushes. Okay, open, and I will just go down and I'll look for a nice smoke that it would make this look good. I will select a little bit of a grayish white, and I'll definitely select a new layer. I am increasing the size. Now, see what I've got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just transform this a bit and get it here, probably here, and see. Here we go. So we have got an image um, where we have a smoke coming out. The smoke is looking very sharp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to blur. I'm going to go to Gaussian blur, and yeah, see, we have softened the smoke a bit to make it look more natural because smoke is never that sharp to the eye. And I said, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm again going to I created a fresh layer. I'm going to do a little bit of tone that I need to give it a little toning. I will select a curve, one dot here, one dot here. See how curve moves. Don't want to play that. I want to give it a matte finish. Yeah. Now if you just see previously, before, after, before, after. I see the matte has given it a really good finish, and that's about it. So we have attained the image that we wanted to. It's all about editing, and please let me tell you, it is very important that you shoot your objects in the correct light, correct angle and depth of field. If I had not shot myself in a correct angle, no matter what I did in editing, I would have not got that effect. So see you then. Until next time,